Hey, what's up you guys? Marcos Villegas here, giving a recap and just my thoughts on the card that happened over the weekend. UFC on Fox Sports 1. Great card overall, a lot of good action on the fights, a very good card to debut on the new network. And let's start off with the main event. You know, Chael Sonnen submitting Shogun, and you see me smiling because there's who would have thought? No freaking way. Chael Sonnen submitting Shogun, like, no. Everybody thought that, you know, Shogun was going to run through Chael Sonnen. A majority of people thought that, you know, that he was going to go and knock him out due to his superior striking, his Muay Thai, you know. But Chael came in with a very, very smart game. And, you know, I can't stress the fact enough to people studying martial arts, wanting to get into MMA, or even just wanting to get into MMA as a learning mechanism. Wrestling is the key, man. I'm telling you. If you're a solid wrestler and you add all those facets in MMA, you could dominate a majority of people out there. And I really think Chael really showed that on Saturday night. You know, you took a guy with that level of wrestling and completely shut down Shogun's offense. Completely. He beat the crap out of him for that round. Just had him on the ground, ground and pound. Really, really impressed by Chael Sonnen and how he's able to take Shogun's game completely out. Now, you know, talking about Shogun, you know, it's before Shogun came into the UFC and when he was wrecking people in Pride, Shogun was this figure of just immense admiration towards fans of Pride and fans of MMA as a whole. This guy was just smoking people, killing people, for the exception of Mark Coleman when he had that weird freak elbow injury. And it's just kind of sad to see where Shogun has gone from then up until where he is at now. You know, none of the Pride guys that are left in the UFC are doing really well. Wanderley's not doing too well. Yeah, he's had a few wins, most notably Brian Stan. Excuse me. But, you know, he's not doing too well when it comes to the top tier competition. Shogun, you know, he's been up and down throughout his whole time in the UFC. Rampage hasn't done too well, so it's kind of almost like the ending, the official ending, the official nail in the coffin, so to say, with all these Pride guys. As you know, Shogun is now entering the twilight of his career. You know, he's not the same guy. You look at him physique-wise when he's back in Pride compared to now, and he kind of looks flabby. Not saying he's out of shape. He's probably in great shape, but you know, you can't really see much. And the thing that I wanted to see most in this fight with Chael was to see how Shogun's striking had improved, because he'd been working with Freddie Roach and we didn't even get to see that, which is really sad. You know, that sucks. I want to see, you know, him really put his weight on his punches, sit on his punches, and see what can happen when he does that. I honestly can only see Shogun fighting, you know, 2 to 4 more fights, and I think he might call it a day. You know, he's getting up there in age. He has a lot of miles on him, a lot of damage on him. You know, the wars with Brandon Vera, the wars with Dan Henderson. You know, getting knocked out by John Jones. Yeah, it was a body shot, but still, takes its toll on you still, you know. So Chael, you know, big win. He has a lot of options opening up for him now. Over Twitter, Vitor Belfort called him out. Chael accepted. Chael was calling out Wanderlei Silva, and that's a horrible matchup for Wanderlei. If I was Wanderlei, I wouldn't have any part of that matchup, because the thing that happened with Shogun would probably happen again to Wanderlei. Sonnen would probably take him down and would easily ground and pound him out. And then Wanderlei's chin is not what it was before. He has a really fragile chin now when it comes to damage. He's always getting knocked down in the fights. Vitor versus Shogun. Some of you guys might think I'm crazy. Some of you guys might not agree with me, but I really think that Sonnen would easily beat Vitor Belfort. Same plan that he did on Shogun, which is with every Chael fight, he does the same thing. Thing is, he has such a high level of wrestling, people can't stop it. That's the thing with these fighters, like Ronda Rousey. You know what she's going to do. She's going to grab you and take you down. But that skill set that she has in that certain area is so ridiculously high level, so high, that you can't stop it. You can't do anything to stop it. Daniel Cormier, another thing. You know he's going to try and take you down if you clinch with them, you know, and you can't stop it. There's nothing you can do. Though Daniel is really evolving in his striking. Black Fedor, right? But Vitor versus Sonnen. Good matchup. I want to see that. It'd be really exciting. I think Vitor has the speed to land a lot of lead straights on Chael Sonnen, but ultimately I think Chael would take him down and smother him. And it would be nice to see, you know, that dimension of Vitor's game, because we never see Vitor really on the ground. You know, yeah, he almost submitted John Jones, but we don't see him a lot in that position. And I would like to see that from Vitor to show us, you know, what he has in that position. Same with Shogun. We haven't seen a leg lock from Shogun in forever. Like, when was the last time that Shogun attempted a leg lock on somebody and actually submitted somebody? He used to do that stuff all the time in Pride, and he hasn't really done it now. So for Chael, no, mad props, man. He's showing that he still has a lot left in the tank. Even though he said he wanted to retire, you know, I don't think he still has a lot left to offer at middleweight, where he should stay at. This fight, you know, 205, good for him, but he should really stay at middleweight. Moving on to the semi-main event. Man, Travis Hoppa Browne knocking out Alistair Overeem. You know, I'm going to leave this question to you guys. You know, I'm not going to really say anything on if Overeem is overrated or not. I want you guys to discuss this point on the comment section here. But for someone who's as high level as Alistair Overeem, with the credentials of Alistair Overeem, winning the K1 World Grand Prix, I would think someone with that type of experience would know how to block a front kick. Travis Browne was throwing that front kick, I counted like 5-6 times before he landed on it. And I don't know if it's a combination of Overeem not thinking that the shot would hurt him, Overeem being tired, because he was tired when it got to that point of the fight. You could tell he was significantly slowing down, or just poor technique, just bad habits, you know, catching up. And bad habits do catch up to people. Look at Roy Jones Jr. His bad habits finally caught up to him. Look at Anderson Silva. His bad habits finally caught up to him. You can't allow these little things, these little simple basic things, to catch up to you in fights. You know, it ends up with how Overeem ended up on the floor, knocked out, to a guy that Overeem was beating, and beating badly. If I was the referee in that fight, I would have stopped the fight when he hurt him with the knee. He was taking some massive punches. I was very surprised that he didn't stop the fight. I would have stopped the fight. He looked like he wasn't really doing anything for about 2-3 seconds. And then he kept moving, and he was taking a lot of damage, you know. Overeem looked freaking good. You know, you got to give him that. He looked really, really good in the first 3 minutes of that fight. Dominated Travis Browne, completely dominated. So you can't really count him out, because you see what he was doing to a guy that was ranked number 8. You know, he would give anyone a good fight. It's just, I don't know, it's these little stupid things that he neglects to do in these fights, you know, that catches him in the ass. He gets cocky and gets knocked out by Bigfoot. I don't know if he got cocky, he got tired, or he got sloppy and he gets caught by Travis Browne. I don't know. But, you know, Overeem got a lot of rebuilding to do. You know, this bumps him down a lot. I don't think the UFC should cut him. He's still a big draw. He's still an elite guy. I bet you anything, if he were to fight Travis Browne again, he'd do really well. He might beat him. You know, I don't want to say he would straight up beat him, because Travis would come back strong too with a better game plan. But if you face him against the elite guys in the UFC at heavyweight and you have him fight 10 times, I'm sure Overeem would win a lot of those times, maybe a majority of the times. You know, I don't really know. I don't think so against Kane. I think Kane would knock out Overeem. If you ask me for my honest opinion, due to Overeem's guard and what allows him to be open in terms of shot, i.e. a hook. But a lot of thinking, man. That was a really amateur mistake by Overeem. Now, looking back to Travis Browne, that's a good win. You know, I'd like to see him face Fabricio Werdum. I think that'd be good. Him, Fabricio Werdum, gets the winner of Kane JDS number 3 in December. I think that'd be a really good matchup, pairing those two together. Is it just me, or does Jon Anik bobble his head a lot when he's announcing? I'm Jon Anik. And, you know, I like Jon Anik. He's cool, but it's just, I don't know. I was taking notes on the broadcast, and first initial reaction was, man, this guy's head bobs a lot. He's, I don't know. Moving on to, you know, Uriah Faber. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Showed good, but, you know, so far he's been a gatekeeper to all the champions he's faced, and it's really sad because he's put in a lot of work. He put the lighter divisions on notice. He's the reason why the lighter divisions are popular. You know, I like Uriah a lot. Showed a lot of improvement. I'm loving the elbows that he's incorporating in that match that he had. Also, you know, Uriah Hall, man. Wow. You know, I have a problem when guys fight and they giving each other high fives and hugs and handshakes. You know, you guys are fighting, man. What the hell? You guys are trying to knock each other's heads off. Come on with that handshake bullshit. Come on, man. I don't want to see that. Do that after the fight, man. Give me the illusion that you're in there trying to kill this guy. That's what I want to see. That's what I paid money to see, is you trying to knock this dude's head off, not to hug him and be friends with him. Jeez, man, come on. That fight with him, you know, Uriah should have won. You know, look at me. I don't know what to say. Like, talent-wise, athlete-wise, Uriah Hall is such a superior athlete in those areas, yet he let John get the better of him. He showed a lot of improvement in his wrestling, though Doomsday was able to take down Uriah Hall still, you know, and he's still keeping his hands down like crazy. He's going to get caught one of these days with his hands down like that. Keep your hands up, man. Come on, you're going to get hit, you know. Did you see Anderson just get knocked out? Like, it's going to catch up to you sooner or later, you know. Joe Lozon should spar with southpaws more. He was eating those lefts like crazy the whole night, you know, and pretty much that's it. That does it. You know, I really enjoyed the card. Uriah Hall, I want to see you guys discuss this on the comments section. Do you feel he's overrated, or just, I don't know, he's just missing the small little things like we saw in the fight? Same with Overeem. Is Overeem overrated? You know, comment, express your opinion. And what do you think would happen if Sonnen faced a Vitor down the line? He accepted the fight, but how do you think that fight's going to turn out? You know, do you feel that Sonnen will apply the same game plan as he did against Shogun and just smother Vitor, ground and pound him, either stop him via ground and pound or get a decision? Or do you think Vitor will be too fast, too quick, land a lead straight, land a hook, and lights out for Chael Sonnen? Comment on our section. Follow us on online. Subscribe to our channel. YouTube.com/FightHub is what you're watching right now. Subscribe. Press the subscribe button, please. We'd really appreciate your support, and appreciate all you people that watch us, have subscribed to our channel, have watched us, have supported us. Thank you so very much. Really do appreciate it. Follow us on Twitter @FightHubTV. Follow us on Instagram @FightHubTV. Like our Facebook fan page, Facebook.com/FightHubTV. If you want to follow me, go and follow me on Instagram @It'sMarcosVillegas, and on Twitter @Me llamo Marcos. Yes, that's Spanish for my name is Marcos. I'll do a boxing one coming up. We have a lot of exciting fights coming up in boxing as well. And keep tuned right here. We have more videos coming your way. A lot of good stuff, a lot of one-on-one interviews that I got a chance to do with a lot of UFC fighters. So keep it right here. Until next time, thanks guys for watching.